I just woke up. It's early in the morning, and I just wanted to talk and get some stuff off my chest and talk about how I feel, and hopefully ask you guys for some prayer and some help. And I really need prayer for strength because I don't know. I just feel like God gave me a burden that I can't carry. He's giving me a burden I can't carry, and every time I want to tell the full story, it's like I can't. He won't let me tell everything that I've gone through, me and my family. And as you all know right now, my son is facing a rape charge. And I know you say to trust God, but I do trust God, but I already know how God is. I know that God's going to put my son in jail. He's going to let them put him in jail, just like he let them take my kids out of the house and hold them for over 3 years, just like he let a sorcerer violate me sexually and violate my daughter and cut into my feet. I hobble out of bed every day. If you want to see this cane, I got sitting here. See this cane? I have it right there because I have to use this just to get out of the bed every morning. My feet are so messed up. I was in great shape. I was running half marathon distances in great, impeccable shape. But this man come up against me, him and his entire coven, came up against me, destroyed my feet, cut into my feet every day, destroyed my knees. I have no muscles in my legs now. The Lord let me know that he put my legs on his altar to exchange all of my body and strength with himself and his mother and other people. He is letting people literally swap my body, put fat on me, destroy my bone structure, destroy my features. He's let people, sorcerers and witches, come and jump in and out of my body, hop inside. This is bizarre stuff that most people do not have to deal with ever. Most people will not even believe me. You'll find this implausible because you do not have to deal with stuff like this. But ever since I accepted this altar call for God back in 2009, this is what I've been dealing with. Ever since I actually came to back, matter of fact, this has been going on since 2007. When I first moved into a city and sent my kids to a school, we have been approached by sorcerers and witches. I mean, I don't know anything about any of this stuff. I didn't know about it. I'm learning about it now. But we've been dealing with this for a long time. And as I can tell you right now, I live in a literal prison. I'm in a prison. I'm not actually locked up, but I'm in a bondage where his people, these sorcerers and covens and Illuminati and everything who are part of this elite organization have really put me in a literal prison, and no one knows how I live. I sit in a house every day. This small little apartment is what I sit in every day. I go out the house just for a few minutes to get some fresh air and take a walk or whatever and go to the library, but I can't stay long because every time I go to the library, someone comes in there. One of their own comes in there and starts attacking me in the library. And sometimes I'll sit there and just pray and warfare, but I shouldn't have to deal with this every single day. Whenever I walk out my house, dealing with someone assaulting me, whenever I'm in my house, they're astral projecting in and out of my home. I got to the point where I can start smelling everyone's distinct spirits coming inside, human spirits, different demons and spirits that they keep coming in out throughout all the day, astral projecting in and out, coming inside of me. I can literally wake up every day and watch my features change, look at my nose one shape and my eyes change in form because someone else is hopping inside of my body, and my looks and everything and features are changing and morphing every single day. I literally wake up with what God has to help me deliver and cast out demons that people are putting inside me every single night while I'm asleep. And I've been dealing with this for a very long time. And it's like no one knows the misery that I go through. I'm going to tell you right now. They don't want me to have anything. They don't want me to have any money. I was getting I couldn't work a job. As you all know, every job I go to, God has me praying for his people to be out of bondage. He has me praying, and then as a result of the prayer that I do, I get retaliated against and get attacked. The devil uses the employees, the management, and the customers to attack me and assault me on jobs. There was one time where I was on a job where it was so bad that I had to resign. And I'll show you the email I sent when the director was harassing me on the job and sending customers to harass me. And I left that job because I couldn't deal with the constant pain every day. I couldn't deal with them sabotaging me and taking all my files and hiding them and making me ill. Every single day I would get physically ill. The customers would call in and loose attacks at me and make me physically ill. They destroyed my car, my vehicle. They've done this numerous times. They destroyed about 3 or 4 cars of mine. And the Lord let me know, I saw it, that they were doing it in the spiritual realm. The cars were fine. Everything was fine. And then they just would start breaking down out of nowhere because he was showing me that they were losing things. I would wake up sometimes and go outside in the parking lot, see sticks by my car, seeing birds sitting on my cars, and they're just loosing curses. And the Lord was letting me know in the spiritual realm, this is what they're doing. And so I ended up leaving one of those jobs, and the Lord got so mad at me because I left the job because I couldn't deal with the constant abuse and torment every day, sitting there with excruciating headaches, sitting there feeling like I'm about to vomit, running back and forth to the bathroom, coughing and choking literally because they're attacking me. But God expects me to bear all of this. But he doesn't have other people bear it. It's like, why do you put that on me? I sat and watched my kids go to school every day for years, suffering. My son would have headaches so bad they were destroying his brain to the point he has not one, has no common sense in his head, and he's acting rationally. I asked God, I says, you're gonna let him suffer like this? Why do I don't know. But people think that I want something to happen to my son, and I just wanted him that time when I made that video. No one wants to see their child suffer. I said, well, why you have him here, Lord, just to suffer? You let these Illuminati people do whatever they want to do. And half of them, I mean, if people have saw the things I've saw, majority of these people were white. And that's what's so sad, that you hate the black race so much. You want to destroy them so badly that this is what you do to human beings. You treat them like they're animals, worse than animals. You wouldn't even treat an animal the way you have treated us. But like I said, they attack me so bad, I can't even work. They don't want me to provide for myself. You have a human being who can't even provide for themselves, can't even have money, can't even live a normal life, can't even go out in public and enjoy life or take a walk in a park without you hanging around them and attacking them and hurting them. We have been tormented. Me and my family have been tormented for years. And so since I can't work, the only thing we had was a disability check I was getting for my son, about a $500 check to provide for all my needs the entire month, to buy toiletries, to pay bills, and to get my son whatever little items he needed, clothes and stuff. They took that from me. They took all of that from me. I can't get my income tax. I can't file my taxes because the United States Postal Service is still holding on to my W-2s. The Lord let me know that they were still holding me on an altar, keeping half my mail. I don't even get mail anymore. If I get mail probably once a week, they keep half of my mail and lay it on the altar and loose curses over it so they can keep me from having anything. The Lord already showed me all this stuff. But you let people like this live and do all these kind of things. It's a burden that I have to carry. And now I have to sit here worrying about my son going to jail and possibly being murdered inside the prison because I know that they're going to harass him and mess with him, antagonize him like they do everywhere. And he sits in a group home with people pitting up against him, people doing things to mess with him, taking his things, taking his items, fighting with him or trying to star some with him, ridiculing him, demeaning him. And, he has to face all of this alone. He's being charged for murder. Being charged for rape. I don't know why I keep saying murder. I think they're trying to set that up to have him murder somebody. I believe that's happening next. But, they're charging him right now for rape. They're charging him for raping. And I look at God like, you let all this happen. You let all this happen and set all this up, but we can't get, when things happen to us, it's covered up. We can't get any help. People can cover everything up. I tell you, when my daughter was sexually violated by this man, and I was too, do you think they did anything? They didn't do anything about it. They covered it up and protected him. When my daughter was sexually violated again, when she was in the middle of foster care, when I said she lost her virginity, she said a boy had come downstairs. One of the foster parents' nephews had come downstairs with his genitals out and had her perform fellatio on him and had sex with her. And she said it wasn't consensual. They made her say it was consensual. They was going to blame everything on her. But we don't get justice. People can get away whatever they want to do to us, no matter what age they are, but you want to lock our children up, whether they're disabled or not, and they can get away with it. We can sit around here and be tormented by an entire organization under organized crime. You can treat us the most heinous way and take away our human rights and violate our human rights by coming inside my house throughout all hours of the day, harassing me, sending demons to attack me and assault me, sodomize me. Like I said, they have sodomized me. All these things have happened, casted burdens upon me, put eczema and all types of skin problems over me that I've never had before. People can do this, and God has shown me they do it. Snatch off my eyebrows, do all kinds of things, burn my scalp and my hair out. All these things, we have been tormented. I have been tormented. I walk around here and it's like I said, I can't do anything. They took my car. They make sure I can't work. They took every little amount of money I have to the point where I have to ask my parents, my mother or family for money just to help me. I worry every day how I'm going to buy my toiletries, and this is the burden God put on me. You call this a ministry? This is not a ministry. I look at people who have ministries, actual ministries, people who can sit on YouTube, and they have people who watch their videos, okay? They have actual followers. I'm doing this. I don't have but 100 people, couple hundred people who watch my videos, and half of them, you don't even watch them. This is not a ministry when I have to sit here and literally carry another person's burdens, when a grown woman who can be a drunk and an alcoholic can come and molest me in the middle of the night or cast their burdens upon me to the point where I can wake up in the morning and see their face actually looking back at me when I look in the mirror. See their eyes and their nose, see their nose and their lips and everything else. See them sitting inside. I can feel them even climbing inside my body. I start getting weighed down and heavy, and they'll sit there and I say, get out of me. I ask God to get them out. And then the angels have to come and tug them out of my body. This is what literally happens on a daily basis. And this is no way for anyone to live. It is torment. And I'm sitting here wondering, what did I do to God to deserve all of this? What did I do to have you destroy my life? Destroy my children? I see other people in ministry. They're not going through this. They don't have people jumping in and out of their bodies or their children's bodies or setting them up or putting them in jail or assaulting them all day, walking outside the house, feeling some attacks hitting their heart or somebody trying to murder them because they're doing it in the spiritual realm. But, it's still murder. It's still attempted murder, whether you're using sorcery or witchcraft, whatever you're doing. He says he hates robbery and wrong with violence or a burnt offering, but you're letting people use sacrifices to attack me every single day, and nothing's happening about it. These are still criminals who are breaking the law. They're committing crimes, but they're just hiding behind sorcery and witchcraft and spells to do it. But you're letting them get away with it. You said the wicked should not go unpunished, but you're letting them do whatever they want to do to us. And I'm on here because it's like, I asked God to move this burden because this is not a ministry to me. When I think of a ministry, I think of what he showed me from day one, writing books, ministering to people, sharing my testimony with the world, going around from different places and praying for people, seeing people actually come forward and get saved and being delivered and healed from illnesses, not having someone climb inside my soul and change and morph all of my features or cut into me at night to the point where I can barely hobble out of bed in the morning, or having someone sodomize me, sending demons up my behind every night, or stealing stuff out of the base of my spine. I can feel them just pulling stuff out of my spine every day, taking all of my DNA, taking my energy, taking my strength, taking my bones, putting my body on an altar to the point where I'm walking around fat, bearing all this weight, stuff that should not have been on me, watching my children being molested and mistreated and stricken with illnesses every day, watching them have seizures. You're making them have seizures. You're putting them in the hospital. They're going back and forth to the hospital. We're going back and forth, being teased and harassed and bullied in school, being mistreated and attacked everywhere we go, can't even live in peace in our own neighborhoods, having to bear the entire burden of the entire city and every sorcerer around in the neighborhoods, and keep praying for his people to be out of bondage, but then getting retaliated against every day and every night, sitting in the house in a bondage, in a prison, because I can't walk around freely because someone is always harassing me when I walk out these doors or inside my own house. They're coming inside, astral projecting in and out of the house every day, harassing me, taking all my money, keep me from having possessions and everything, taking everything from me to the point where I sit here with no money or no anything and cannot live or provide for myself. You call this a ministry when you could take my kids out of the home for something I haven't done and let them lie and keep them, and then keep plotting and setting up my child, controlling his brain with sorcery and doing things, making him get in trouble and cause all types of things to happen to him. So now you can put him behind bars. But the true criminals you let who have afflicted us and assaulted us every single day, you have still done nothing about it. But you call this a ministry. It is not a ministry. This is not a ministry. It is not. And I am talking about it now because I am tired. I am wondering what it is that I've done that I have to have this type of a burden put onto me. It is too much to bear. And I beg God to move it from me, but I have no one else. He claims he has no one else because no one else would accept this type of ministry. But you forced me. Why can't you force someone else? I've dealt with it long enough. And I am tired. I'm tired. I am tired of being treated worse than an animal. I am tired of being literally prayed after every time I walk out the door and nothing's being done about it. That people can violate my privacy and all of my rights and just come and climb in and out of my body whenever they please and use the most extreme sorcery and witchcraft to be inside me, literally to the point where I can when someone's sitting in my soul, I can smell their vagina. Who wants to go through that? When I can smell another woman's vagina, you know when she's not in there because I have my own scent. I don't have a scent. I don't smell you. I can smell you. I should not have to smell another woman's vagina. I should have to wake up with you putting perverse spirits in me, homosexual spirits and other things that I've been delivered of years ago, many years ago. But I wake up every day and God lets these people destroy me, destroy my children. And you think, because you gave me my grandson. Yes, I love my grandson dearly. But you think because you gave me my grandson and he was born on the same day as my son, that's supposed to make it better that you took my son from me? No, it does not. Because now all it does is remind me of on that day, when that day comes, that same birthday. It reminds me that my son was supposed to be there, but you took him. My daughter was supposed to be there, but you took her. That's what it reminds me of. And it's like I struggle every day with trying not to resent and hate God because of how unfair I feel he's been to me. Because you've given everybody a lovely ministry. They get to go on TV, they get to write books, even ex-Satanists and sorcerers who should be dealing with this stuff, who committed these type of crimes. But they get to have a lovely ministry. They get to be on TV. Their children get to go off to college. They live normal lives. They get to get married. I never even had a husband. God told me to prepare for my mate back in 2009. But did you give me a mate? You call this sorcerer who comes and sodomizes me in the spiritual realm and cut my feet and put fat on me and destroy my life and take my kids from me. You call that a marriage? You try to marry me off to somebody who's unequally yoked. That's not a marriage. A man who hates me and hates black people and does everything in his power with his coven to destroy me and my children. You call that a ministry? But I can't tell you this, right? I'm not supposed to talk about this stuff. It's taboo to tell the truth about what's going on. But I have to sit here every day and bear this burden, bear the burden of grown adult people who won't go to God themselves and get the help they need because they love their sins. They love what they're doing and they don't want to change. They just want to escape judgment and punishment and consequences. So every day God lets them put the burdens upon me. He literally casts their burdens upon me and my children, innocent children who are disabled. It's disgusting. And it's like every day, every morning, I try not to hate God. Every morning, but I feel like my heart is turning towards him because you have destroyed my life. You have not just destroyed my life, you have treated me less than a human being. I don't know anybody who has suffered like this. I've suffered worse than Paul in the Bible, and he had a reason to suffer because he was persecuting Christians. God said to himself he's going to show him what it's like to suffer, but you have treated me worse than Paul, like I did something personally to you. I don't know what I've done. I've repented for every single thing. I've repented for all the things my ancestors have done. I don't know why he keeps putting this burden upon me and my children. I don't know why you hate my son. Because you have never let him have a childhood. When I look at my son, when he can come home and cry at 5 years old because you're letting sorcerers in the classroom have stricken him with headaches, use sorcery to cause him to have a headache, or telling him he's not supposed to cough in a school, or punishing him and telling him he has to sit still while his little white peers and classmates can run around to the point he's sitting in a chair crying. When you let him be attacked every day and have children pit up against him every single day, let sorcerers control kids and make them hurt him, harass him to the point he wants to come home and hurt himself. But now you want to say he has a mental illness and you want to lock him away like he's the animal and the perpetrator. They do this all the time to our anointed, and I'm fed up with evil. I'm fed up with the evil having it done and being covered up. Then when I try to talk about it, you block all my videos, you block my books. I've written books for God. He told me, oh, you're going to write books. You're going to write books. That's what he said. Okay, so I wrote the books. Did anybody buy them? No, I have no sales. And that's another thing, it breaks my heart because that was my true passion. But you let everybody else get everything off of me. You're showing me everybody put my books on altars. Yeah, you let them do it though. You say you would give us the desires of our heart. I have not gotten one desire. All you put upon me is suffering and pain. And I talk about this every day because I'm like, what is it? What do you want from me, Lord? What do you want? Do you want me to go insane? What do you want? Do you want someone to murder me? Do you want them to take my child and murder him? What do you want? You got him sitting here locked up. He can't bear it. He said, I don't know who told that lie that he won't put on us more than we can bear. I've told him over and over, I cannot bear this. He refuses to move it away from me. All you want is your will. You don't care how it's affecting me or my children. You don't care. We've tried our best to deal with this. I've been dealing with it for nearly 20 years now. But you won't move it on. Nothing has changed. I am tired of losing my life so you can let a bunch of wicked people be wicked and keep doing their sins, keep doing their sorcery and their witchcraft and their abominations every day, and you're making us pay the consequences for it. So I'm just asking you all, I'm on here today because I'm tired. And I want to be alleviated from this burden because, like I said, I don't call this a ministry. I look at other people who get to live their lives. They get to use the God-given talents. They get to sing. They get to make music, holy Christian music, anointed music. They get to write books, beautiful books that uplift people and have people actually read them and buy the books. They get to have YouTube channels and followings and people watching their videos. They're not out here being sodomized or raped or molested, being attacked by sorcerers and witches every day, all day, having demons come inside them, having their children molested and raped and defiled and violated, taken out of the home, put in foster care somewhere, held in group homes and put in jail and prison. They're not being attacked and assaulted every single day to the point from head to toe. Their bodies are afflicted. Okay. Like I said, I was in my 30s in great shape and you ruined it and took everything from me. He's let everybody steal everything when every time I labor, you take the harvest away. What do you want for me? I ask that question. People look at me like I'm insane. I'm not the one doing this. I'm not the one getting away with doing this type of evil. So I've asked God to please remove the burden from me because I can't carry it. He said his light is easy. His yoke is easy. His burden is light, not heavy. But you have not given me no easy yoke. What is easy about being sodomized, huh? What is easy about having my children taken away from me? Well, to the point I have to watch them suffer. I begged him not to send my son to a jail, but I don't trust him because this is what he do. Every time he reserves something for us, it's always evil. It's always evil. It's always evil. Everything that has happened to us has been evil. There's not one good thing come out of this ministry. Not one. This is why I don't call this a ministry. Who's actually getting helped here? You call this a ministry, letting people just put the burdens on me and climb inside my soul every day? I try to pray for them. They don't want that. I can't help these people. They're beyond my help for one person to do. I don't have the experience and expertise to deal with this. But you keep forcing it on me. What do you want? I ask them every day, what do you want from me? What is it that you want? What do you want from me, Lord? I've asked that. So I don't know. Maybe he'll answer your prayers because he don't seem to answer mine. I just go through the same pain and the same shame, the same ridicule every day. He has brought nothing but shame to me. He has let my entire testimony that I've told everybody, it's been ruined. It's been destroyed. And I have so much anger inside because this man has violated me and gotten away with it. But you want to lock my son up. I cannot get help when me and my daughter was violated, and I cried out. But you let this man, he's a monster, torment me every day. He's still tormenting me. And people laugh about it. You laugh. You laugh at me. You ain't never been violated and mistreated like this. You couldn't even deal with the things I've had to go through. Me and my children. It's unspeakable. Some of the acts God has allowed me to go through. And I'm lying there in bed and feel something climbing on top of me and going inside me. And I have to just lie there. Or I can feel someone literally slicing into my feet at night and I have to bear the pain. I am tired of being abused. This is not a ministry. That's exactly what it is. It's just abuse. That's not a ministry. You just found a way to abuse me and my children.